Now we move away from the databases and what we can do on the basis of that information. We move to the outreach team, because it's no surprise. WageIndicator started with websites. We have now over 200 websites, but we have many newsletters, we have videos, social media, whatever. The outreach team comes in now to explain you what they do, how they do it, and whether they're happy with it. After the outreach team, we have the final presentation from the director operations. So there are 2 presentations to go. The outreach team first. Welcome to the team.
Thank you, Pauline. So yeah, hi. This is second time I present something. This time I'm doing together it with Karen, with Fasuda, and with Rogerio. Yeah, I think the nice thing about our work is that we interact with everyone and everything that has been shown before in this conference. So I also think, yeah, most of you will know me, will know Karen, will know Rogerio. Fasuda is relatively new, but I think that you've also been interacting with her for social media posts. So what we'll be doing in this presentation about outreach and communications at WageIndicator. Karen, I will start with showing you the status, the transfer experience, and the future is efficient for the websites. Fasuda will do the same for the social media. Karen, I will then address the newsletters, and Rogerio will do the videos, and I will end with a small note on webinars. So Karen, you may start with the websites. Karen, Karen, are you there?
Whoopsie, sorry.
Yeah,
I need
no
to
worries.
unmute.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, everybody?
Yeah.
Hi,
Yes,
everybody.
welcome.
So as we've mentioned before, WageIndicator has 210 websites and growing, with around 3 million visits per month. Most visitors, we've discovered, use a mobile device to come to our websites. And most of the websites have a basic setup of salary, labor law, and career. The surveys are central to the websites: the salary check, the salary survey, and the cost of living survey. And even when we don't have all of that in the website, they're strengthened by minimum wages, VIP salaries, decent work check, and jobs and salary. The challenges that we face at the moment are increasing the website's traffic, which is obviously something that we'd like to do. Keeping the contents on all the websites up to date. As you can imagine, with 210 plus websites, that's quite a challenge. Constantly improving the website's search engine optimization, which is really important, and making sure all content is easily available on mobile devices. Plus, finding the balance between generated and handcrafted content.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we also, of course, looking into the future of the website, because we have all these challenges. Yeah, and ideally, Karen was just telling you about it. All these websites, a lot of them have these salary tools. So the salary check, the salary survey, and the cost of living survey. And ideally, of course, all websites should contain these 2 surveys. That's not the case currently, but Dani, Valeria, and Julia are now doing a great job in achieving that. So they're checking all the APIs and all the stuff behind the website to make sure that will happen. So ideally, what we would like in the future is that in every page of this website, you should be directed to one of the surveys within 1 step. So every visit ends with a visitor entering a survey. Of course, next to that, what Karen also said, we like more automation for large-scale tasks and like handcrafted content, manual content for specific topics. But yeah, because of many websites we have, like more than 200, we have to focus on like these biggest websites where we do have multiple people working on them, and not make sure these are content that we can easily update. So then we have a lot of ideas. We want to have the surveys central. And how could we make sure that this works? And that is one of our bold ideas come into play. So we like to do weekly A/B experiments to see what works and what doesn't. So, for example, do people like an orange light bulb, or do they prefer a green one? And that's something that we want to find out. But there are these tools that you can use to really see what works and what doesn't for these visitors that visit your website. So for Sudha, you can go on with the social media.
Hi everyone. As Niels mentioned, I am not aware. Most of you know me, but like I joined WageIndicator a little under 2 years ago, and I'm responsible for handling most of the social media channels that WageIndicator has. So, talking about the current status of social media at WageIndicator, we have 15 Facebook pages which are used for regional content to build a community and to essentially drive traffic. We have 2 Instagram accounts, that is the Global Wage Indicator account, and we have a specific Gajmo account, with the primary goal of creating awareness of what we're really doing and the secondary goal of building a community. Our LinkedIn page is used for information about events, publications, and employee content, and is organically performing the best. We have almost 2,000 followers for that page. We also have 3 Twitter accounts that are used for news and event updates in real time as well when we have webinars happening. And last but not the least, we have our YouTube channel on which we upload informative content, which Rogerio is mainly responsible for. And moving on to the challenges, we're unable to get our current community to actually engage with the content that we're putting up and drive a considerable amount of traffic from that, because our main goal from social media is essentially to have as much traffic as we can because we're putting up all of this content. So we are regularly trying to experiment with the content that goes up, and we try to post as regularly as possible. So we're still figuring out what is really working best on these platforms so that we can actually get our audience to talk to us and to know what they really want from us. And some other things that we're also considering now include the discussion on what platforms should we really focus on, considering the shifting demographics on social media, and how to target people from different countries, because diversifying too much leads to our inability of handling all of these pages and making sure they're all working and being active. But if we have two less pages, that means we're ignoring a certain part or a certain country, and that means we're losing out on that audience. Next slide, please. And so in terms of the future, our short-term goals include obviously increasing our audience. That means increasing our followers over all our social media platforms, and hence increasing engagement as well. So short-term goals would obviously mean that in the coming months, we would like to see an increase in our accounts engaged, which is a metric that is easily available to us in our analytics tool. And for our long-term goals, which would probably be from year or 2 onwards, we would like to drive a considerable amount of traffic from social media. It would be great to have a dedicated team for social media with platform heads, because that helps us really see what we can really do and help each person responsible for making sure that the content is going up. Another way of creating a passive stream of income for the organization would be the monetization of a YouTube channel, which is actually a very time-bound job. So we have to post at least 40,000 hours or some content and 1,000 subscribers in the span of 1 year. But if we can do that, then that would create a passive source of income for us. And we would also like to collaborate more with industry leaders relevant to our field. We're already doing it using our webinars, but probably for our social media channels as well, because there are a lot of options like going live with probably someone who is also talking about labor laws or wages would help us get a new audience. And lastly, would be having a defined budget for running paid campaigns. We ran paid ad campaigns last year to get survey fills for coronavirus survey. So we would like to experiment more to see if we can actually get another use out of it. So probably some followers or some more survey fills or just in general website traffic, depending on the goal of our campaign. So we would like to have a defined budget so that we can still experiment with what is really working for us and then try to retain the audience that we get from the paid campaigns. And lastly, our bold idea would be to have automated posts on social media, which is automatic content generation and curation that way, because that reduces our, again, as you mentioned for websites as well, it would allow us to focus specifically on handcrafted content, which would be more useful. And then that way we can diversify more and have more regional content available to people everywhere. But yeah, that is what we have for social media. And moving on now, Karen and Niels will talk about newsletter.
Thank you, Vasudha. Yeah, I'll start off with the newsletters, and then Karen will take over. Yeah, currently we produce 6 newsletters, and more than 7,300 people have subscribed to them. And we offer a general newsletter, 2 country-specific newsletters for Indonesia and the Netherlands, and 3 newsletters on specific topics and events. And yeah, as you're noticing, so I'm doing this together with Karen because Karen has been involved increasingly with newsletters. Valeria has, the Got team is providing themselves. So it's really a bigger group involved in newsletters than 1 year ago. And this is done to ensure the continuity of the newsletter, so we can go on even if someone falls ill or something like that. So that's something that we are working on. Yeah, so the challenges, that is something that we constantly think of course, because what is the general goal for the newsletter? We have 6 newsletters. We are reaching quite a good large audience. But do we have a general goal? And still, can we significantly increase the number of subscribers? Because we are growing. It goes slowly, but we are growing with a few people per week. So that's good. But always also will be nice to keep growing and maybe keep growing more significantly. Then another challenge that we encounter is the registration of webinars, because that has been shown by your intern Emilia, that the registration of webinars mainly depends on the newsletters. This can be risky as people become increasingly interested in newsletters the more they receive. So people they unsubscribe or they just don't open it. So that should be something that we should keep thinking about. And there's also something in the next slide. How can we address tracking restrictions? Karen, you can.
Thank you. So as Niels says, our newsletters provide a steady stream of content as long as people keep using email for the foreseeable future, which is kind of an obvious. However, this could be affected, as Niels says, by tracking restrictions. So future newsletter statistics would depend on these restrictions. We want to look at newsletter contents being used more widely on the websites and social media to increase registration of the newsletters. And we want to see more integration between the websites and the newsletters. And our bold idea is to offer a special paid newsletter subscription based on a topic that we are extremely knowledgeable about, which would contain premium content. So something which isn't in the other newsletters and something which is based on the kind of knowledge that WageIndicator has. And as you've seen through all the various other presentations, we do have a lot of combined and shared knowledge within the organization. So the idea is to see if there would be interest and if it's possible to have a subscriber-based paid-for newsletter that covers a specific topic. Thanks, Niels.
So Rogerio will tell something about the videos that we are creating in the YouTube channel. So go on. Let's see. Rogerio, are you there?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Suddenly, I don't know. It's strange because right at the time that I would like to enter, my network run a bit. So, but okay, I will start the presentation in the section of the video. Can you go to the next slide, please? Yeah. So in the period of January 2020 to March 2022, we produced about 300 videos and gained 60,000 views. And this activity made it possible to have subscribers around the 708 in our channel of YouTube. And now we have a total of 736 subscribers. And our audience in the YouTube channel, it's 88%, and of which 68% are men. So our video are most viewed in the following countries: Netherlands, Mozambique, Belgium, Mexico, and Indonesia, respectively. It means that there is other country that used to show, to see our video, but unfortunately, when it comes to the top 5 countries, we have only this country that I mentioned. So the challenge we have when it comes to video is, I think the WageIndicators videos are very technical, and therefore, for our technical audience, it means we have to be maybe creating videos that are not too much technical. So we have a weak promotion of WageIndicators video on their respective website and social networks. There is a shortage of human resource in video production unity, and the WageIndicators videos are available in few languages, although the organization is operating in several countries. So next slide, please. Yeah, so when it comes to the future, I think we have to invest more in the humanization of the videos, translate WageIndicators general videos as many languages as possible. And we have to produce short video for social media, because now we've been working a lot for YouTube, but we have also to think on social media. And when I'm saying short videos, I really mean 30 seconds or 1 minute maximum of the length of the video. So we have to tell stories about the day-to-day life of the organization and its employees. And I think also we have to create videos with transversal themes like labor law, cost of living, wages, etc., especially the areas of expertise of WageIndicators. And also national websites must include available videos or playlists about their countries on front of the page, so that we can increase the number of people visiting and watching our videos. So it's also important to reach out more to young people via videos. It means that we have to create videos that it's somehow related to the issues that is all about the young people. And we have to expand this IFTTT. It means if that, then this is a mechanism that allows us to post once in the YouTube channel, and at the same time we have the very same content in our social networks like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, etc., etc. So one of the bold idea we have is that we think of establish a weekly video journal presented in all languages to report the main local news about labor, laws, wages, unions, worker strikes, etc., etc. So that's all about videos. And thank you very much, Niels.
Thank you. So then finally, yeah, I'm going to tell some a little bit about the webinars that I have been doing since yeah, quite a while already. A lot of online, of course, through Zoom. Yeah, I think we've done dozens of presentations and webinars, also in other events per year, and interested in events topic. And that is, yeah, I think these people that we attract, these are quite valuable because they decide to actively engage with WageIndicators on what topic soever. They just decide, I want to register, I want to show up. And that's not straightforward when you're online. And these people often sign up through newsletters, as I've explained, and through social media posts, and that's mainly LinkedIn. So this also creates some logical challenges, I think. we have to make sure every time that enough people have registered. And also, and that's not as easy as it sounds sometimes, make sure that as many attendees as possible also show up. So in the future, yeah, we would like for the webinars that we really could have this position, like with the gig work, I think, really have this position within our organization that really have this knowledge sharing experience with people from the field, from experts. And why should we do that only for example, gig work? Why we also are quite knowledgeable on living wage, for example. That could be something that we can explore as well, just to see what topics we are knowledgeable on and what could we expand on. So this is the small note on webinars. This was our team. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions or even bold ideas that you'd like to share, please do so. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Niels, Fasuda, Karen, Rogerio. And now, step by step, you see that our team comes from really everywhere in the world, every corner from the world. There are presentations. So for Rogerio, apparently it was not, the connection was not strong enough to see the face, but I can tell you that he was presenting from Maputo, where we had Jakarta, we had Bangalore, we had, many places in Italy, in Sardinia, even, and so everywhere, Barcelona we had, and so